The Oyster Bay East Norwich Central School District presents an overview of our community, a community rich in history and endowed with an intrinsic heritage that was nurtured by the same principles that our country was founded on. Many communities of suburbia have lost their identities to development, growth, and progress. Oyster Bay East Norwich has made a concerted effort to retain its identity and preserve our heritage, a unique characteristic of the community and the residents. Native Americans have for thousands of years recognized and appreciated the natural wealth and beauty of Long Island's North Shore. The Matinecock tribe took advantage of the fertile land with freshwater ponds and streams, abundance of small game, and the bounties of the sea. It was the Dutch who first named the harbor for what must have been a startling abundance of fine shellfish. In April 1653, a tract of land was purchased from Chief Mohannis, and a permanent settlement was established called Oyster Bay. The Oyster Bay East Norwich communities are steeped in history and lore. During America's struggle for independence, the British Queen's Rangers occupied the hamlet, building a fortification on this high ground to observe the entrance of the harbor. The British Lieutenant Colonel Simcoe occupied Samuel Townsend's home, and it was here that Sarah Townsend acquired information that exposed Benedict Arnold as a traitor. Her brother Robert and his associates in the Culper spy ring relayed this information to George Washington. In 1791, George Washington, perhaps paying homage to these efforts and others like it, returned to Long Island, and during his tour spent a night at the Youngs' residence in Oyster Bay Cove. Without a doubt, Oyster Bay's most famous resident was Theodore Roosevelt. Roosevelt had Sagamore Hill built to his specifications while he was serving his third term in the State Assembly. From this hill, Teddy rode off through the nearby woods and fields, went hiking, and instilled in his family a love and appreciation of the great outdoors, bird life, wood lore, the water, and most importantly, the conservation of these natural resources. Roosevelt Memorial Park and Roosevelt Bird Sanctuary are tributes to Theodore Roosevelt's appreciation of nature. During the first half of the 20th century, many wealthy families were attracted to the North Shore of Long Island, so much so that it became the Gold Coast. We are the beneficiaries of this elegant landscape, of this beauty, of this tradition. The attraction of Sagamore Hill, the historic value of Raynham Hall and Whiteman House, the Theodore Roosevelt Park, Roosevelt Bird Sanctuary, County Nature Preserve, planting fields, and the obvious lure of the beautiful bay and greenery bring many visitors during the summer months to take advantage of things that we can't afford to take for granted. The population of Oyster Bay East Norwich reflects a wide range of socio-economic means. We have fixed income housing for senior citizens, federally funded housing projects, homes reflecting middle-class suburban families, and homes reflecting the wealth of the Gold Coast. The high school building itself is an interesting Art Deco creation of the 1920s and lends an air of dignity and sophistication to our community. The diversity of our student population is an asset that is unique to our school district. The small size of the student population, approximately 400 in grades 9 to 12, coupled with this characteristic, makes Oyster Bay High School a special place. The Oyster Bay High School student body has been recognized by Manufacturers Hanover Trust, the New York Islanders, and Newsday's Showcase for their community service. The community is the beneficiary of a good high school. As the physical plant itself stands in harmony with the community, it represents the tradition and rich heritage of the past, while those working in the confines are meeting the challenges of the future. Educating today's youth to meet tomorrow's demands has become increasingly difficult. With all due respect toward this effort, one mustn't forget the essential ingredients of citizenship. An education would be incomplete if we fail to teach our appreciation and respect for who we are, what we are, and where we came from. As our graduates move on to their individual pursuits, they can reflect on their school and community with an identity that nurtures growth and maturity through an appreciation and respect for what was and the vision of what will be.